So, folks, there's this guy named Elon Musk, and late last night, Elon got on Twitter at 11:57 p.m. and tweeted out, "On Sunday night, I will give a talk in Wisconsin. Entrance is limited to those who have voted in the Supreme Court election. I will also personally hand over 2 checks for $1 million each in appreciation for you taking the time to vote. This is super important." Right? So clearly, just kind of spur of the moment, threw that out there. He's trying to buy the election. It's pretty obvious, right? Except Elon failed to consider one thing. And that one thing is Wisconsin's election laws, which explicitly forbid giving money in exchange for votes or the possibility of votes in exchange for the possibility of money. There is no wiggle room on that one. And shortly after he issued that, Ben Wickler, the head of the Wisconsin Dems, went out and issued this statement. Let's pull it up here. Okay. Here's the full statement. Should have been you, Ben. You should be running the whole DNC. But anyway, Elon Musk has committed a blatant felony by offering money for votes in order to help Brad Schimmel. Musk's illegal election bribery scheme to put Brad Schimmel on the Supreme Court is a chainsaw attack on democracy and the rule of law in Wisconsin and our nation. Elon Musk should be brought to justice for his illegal attempts to buy votes for Brad Schimmel, and Brad Schimmel should immediately condemn Musk's crimes and disavow his continued involvement in his campaign. If Schimmel does not immediately call on Musk to end this criminal activity, we can only assume he is complicit. Law enforcement must act now before this goes any further. Musk's crime to assist Brad Schimmel has already been committed. And if Elon Musk sets foot in Wisconsin, he should be placed in handcuffs and held accountable, just like any other criminal. Musk can have his day in court, but he cannot buy the court. And approximately an hour after this statement from the Wisconsin Dems went out, mysteriously, the tweet that Elon Musk had, very importantly to note, pinned to his Twitter, mysteriously, this tweet was deleted, which is very bad. Because, folks, once you make a tweet, it's already public. You've already made the offer. Deleting the tweet is just recognition that what you did was wrong. It's too late. It makes you look guilty as fuck. And I, for one, am thrilled that Elon did that. Insomnia Noir, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Yeah, we're gonna get some fucking People's Court up in here, folks. And in case you're like, well, but are they actually gonna prosecute him? You bet your bootstraps they're going to prosecute him. Governor Tony Evers in Wisconsin is a Democrat. They might have a shitty legislature full of Republicans. They might be trying to stack the state Supreme Court with outside carpetbagged money. But the governor is a Democrat. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is committed to ensuring that elections in Wisconsin are safe, secure, free, and fair. We are aware of the offer recently posted by Elon Musk to award $1 million to 2 people at an event in Wisconsin this weekend. Based on our understanding of the applicable Wisconsin law, we intend to take legal action today to seek a court order to stop this from happening. So, Yeah, and in case there's any lack of clarity when it comes to the law, Wisconsin State Code 12.11 makes it a crime to offer anything of value greater than $1 to induce anyone to vote or refrain from voting. And I think we can all understand that $1 million is a lot more value than $1, actually. So yeah, I'm just over here feeling good, and yeah, it is. I'm excited. I hope that this leads to a prosecution. Also, for those of you who don't know why Elon Musk is like hell bent on Wisconsin, it's because currently Tesla is suing the state of Wisconsin so it can open more Tesla dealerships in the state. In case any of you were wondering why he's so intent on buying the state Supreme Court in Wisconsin, that's why. He just wants to open more places for Tesla takedown protests to happen. He's really supportive of the movement, guys. Kind of hype, actually. Yeah, kind of hype, actually. You know, I'm excited. I hope I do hope, and I know it's too much, but I hope that like he could possibly be brought up on charges. Like criminal charges, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Currently, I think the bulk of their concern is trying to get him to stop any kind of this election meddling right on the eve of the election. I think that's where their main priority is right now. But maybe after that, they'll go after him criminally, because that would be great. Elon can finally know how it feels to be wanted in the state of Wisconsin. Sam's Trains official, thank you for the $5 Australian. Let's go. Yeah, but that is the other thing. If he is brought up on state charges in Wisconsin, guys, and he's found guilty, Donald Trump can't pardon that. It is a state level crime. Has Elon canceled the event? Elon is still attempting to hold the event. He's now saying, "Oh, it's all just a misunderstanding. The money will go to people who will be spokesmen for an online petition against activist judges," which is bullshit. That's not what he said. But that's where they're at. God. Let's take a look here. I think that there are a lot of behind the scenes discussions about what to do about this. So I'm looking at this piece from the AP. Does Musk deleting his original post make a difference? Brenna Godar, staff attorney with the State Democracy Research Initiative at the University of Wisconsin Law School, said Musk changing the terms of his offer puts the payments and attendance at the rally back into the gray area under Wisconsin law. The question is whether the offers are in order to induce people to vote or go to the polls. And there can be arguments made on either side of that question, she said in an email. But we all know what the fuck he's doing. That's the thing I don't get. We all understand. So I hope Ben Wickler uses his influence to get actual criminal charges put against this man. Because fuck him. And honestly, the more time we take up from Elon Musk, doddering around Washington, D.C., and instead in like a Wisconsin courtroom, the better, in my opinion. Tie him up. Tie him up legally in the courts. The U.S. needs democracy sausages? We do. Let us have democracy barbecues. I've been talking about how Elon Musk has poured money into this race, by the way. The amount is now up to over $20 million he has poured into this race. And folks, we need to, well, we need to tell Elon Musk to fuck off, essentially. You know, we're at a point where we need to understand whether the law will serve money or whether it will serve people. And if you believe that elections should not be bought and should instead be won by people and be done in the best interest of people, then what you need to do is you need to volunteer to elect Judge Susan Crawford. All right? It's super important. I'm going to link this page in the chat. Because, folks, whether you are in Wisconsin, and if that is the case, you can knock doors. That's the first link here. If you are not in Wisconsin, you can sign up to Phone Bank. You can call and get people to turn out. Because often, folks, remember, what do I always say? What is the largest group of the electorate in the country? What is the largest group of the electorate in the country, folks? People who don't vote. People who do not realize elections are happening. And that applies even to people who are liberals. You know, a lot of people only turn out for the presidential election, the general election. The entire purpose of phone banking is to call people who are going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to vote. Yeah, I'll turn out to vote. So you get a list of people to call who are likely voters. You call them. You tell them what day the election is, why it's so important for them to show out. And most of the time, they're going to be like, okay, awesome. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for letting me know. That's the name of the game right now, folks. That is the name of the game. We need to turn out more people for Susan Crawford, someone who will maintain the state of Wisconsin as a state with no gerrymandering, someone who will make sure that women have a right to choose in that state when it comes to their own bodies. It's important. Genuinely important. And understand that Brad Schimmel is the kind of guy who brags about not testing rape kits. Brad Schimmel is the kind of guy who told an entire audience of police chaplains to their chuckling amusement, I guess, about how he psychologically abuses his children. Like, he is a monster. And he does not believe women have the competence to have bodily autonomy. Okay? He is a monster and cannot be allowed on the state Supreme Court of Wisconsin. He shouldn't even be allowed in the judiciary at all, but, you know, at the very least, we have a say in whether or not he gets on the state Supreme Court. Or the people of Wisconsin do, rather. But you can get them out to vote by doing the phone banking. I posted that link in chat. Get to work, folks. Election is on Tuesday. We need to do everything we can. We need to pull our weight for Susan Crawford, okay? These special elections, they have a much smaller turnout. That means every person who volunteers has a much larger effect on the election, okay? Is there a guide of how to? CREX, if you join an event through the phone banking link on Susan Crawford's volunteer page, they do trainings for the phone banking prior to you starting. So they will give you a script. They will give you basic instructions. They'll give you numbers to call. You'll be set to go. You do not even need to have any prior experience. you can do this from a point of just being someone who wants to help and know nothing else. Signing up now and free all day for the next 3 days. Let's go, Hexahedron! And this story is mainly about Wisconsin, but one other thing I will just insert as a call to action, because the election is the exact same day as the state level election in Wisconsin. But in Florida's 6th congressional district, we have Josh Wheel, who is polling within the margin of error of his opponent, who is also a monster and who will go to Congress if he is not stopped. And also, if we flip a congressional seat in Florida that went to a Republican in the general election a few months ago, a handful of months ago, went to a Republican by a ratio of 2-1. If we flip that seat, every single Republican in Congress is going to have their knees shaken. They're going to be trembling. They're going to be weak. They're going to be vomiting. They're going to be scared shitless. So if you want to scare those fucking fascists in Congress, you should also volunteer to get some phone calling in for Joshua Wheel, okay? Josh Wheel has a mobilize.us page where you can sign up for various phone banking or door knocking opportunities. Let's get it done, folks. Let's get it done. Don't let any oligarch, don't let any king tell you what to do.